So, there's something you should know about me, although I think all of you already know this. But if you don't, my name is Karen Gunton, and I don't use capital letters, ever. I feel like this is a warning label that I now have to put on everything I do, especially as I just wrote, published, and launched my book, The Lighthouse Revolution. Proceed with caution. This book contains no capital letters. But the funny thing is that it didn't start out as being a big thing that I had to warn people about. I just started blogging, back in 2010 because I felt called to share what I was learning about building my little business with other women who are maybe trying to do the same. I was excited to write. I had lots of things spiraling around in my head that I wanted to write about. But when I sat down to write, I just couldn't do it. I just felt so stuck. And when I did write, I would try so hard to be all professional and proper. I was writing about business strategy, so I felt like I had to be really pro to be taken seriously. But I would read back what I wrote, and it just didn't feel like me. Eventually I thought, fuck it, this is silly. It's not like anybody's gonna read this blog anyways, except for maybe my mom. So I should just be me. I should write like I talk. I should write like I would if I was sending a note to one of my friends. I should write because I have something to say, not because I care what anyone else thinks. I gave myself permission to be me. And that is a powerful thing. Authenticity has become a bit of a buzzword, I find. People talk about authenticity like it's something you need to do or be or strive for. But really, it's something you just need to live. It's about choosing to be real, to be you. Simply because being you is just what you do. Being you is how you shine your light. My weird quirk of writing with no capitals has become a badge of authenticity in a way. I must keep giving myself permission to be me, even in the face of criticism, because that is my message to others, and I choose to live my message. But it didn't start out as some big, brave thing I was setting out to do. I simply didn't think anyone would read it anyways, so there was no consequences to my authenticity. There was no risk. It was easy then. It's harder now, especially with the book, because that's when the fear kicks in and the temptation to change gets bigger. Our biggest fear, the biggest barrier to true authenticity, is our fear of loss. What if I lose friends, support, authority, credibility, money, work, customers? What if people don't like me when I'm the real me? But honestly, what's the alternative? Compromising yourself? Hiding your true self? Never feeling seen or heard or witnessed? Swallowing your voice? Pretending to be something you're not? Diminishing yourself in some way. When you feel like you can't be you, it can manifest all sorts of darkness and stuckness. It can leave you feeling depressed, dejected, lost, no mojo, no spark, stuck in some way. Not feeling fully 100% you is soul destroying. When I decided to be me, I found my voice again. The words flowed, and to my surprise, people did read my blog, and it grew to be really popular. And then one day, my biggest fear happened. I received my very first hate mail, an email all about how annoying and unprofessional I was, how the reader liked my content but didn't like my style, which I read as, she didn't like me. So it happened. Someone didn't like me. In fact, it turns out that lots of people don't like me. After nearly 6 years of sharing my voice and my message, I still get emails like that. And here's the thing. I'm okay. It's okay. When it came down to it, I didn't actually care that someone didn't like me because it just felt so good to be me, to be true to myself. That became the most important thing, and I wouldn't change that for anything now. And frankly, what other people think of me is not actually any of my business. So my worst fear ended up being not really so bad after all. I survived. And to my surprise, some really amazing things started happening. My lack of capitals has become a signal, a beacon to others. It gives others permission to be more authentic themselves. It lets others know that it's okay to be you. It's permission. When you shine your unique light in your own way, you give others permission to do the same. And what I discovered with this whole no capitals thing is that for every person who hates it, there's someone else who loves it. So those are the people that I focus on. Those people are the boats who are looking for my lighthouse. As one of my friends told me once, you've got to polarize to mesmerize. If you play it safe, no one will hate you, but no one will really love what you do either. Or maybe they will just never really know you. Lack of authenticity is the biggest barrier to connection that we have. And we don't make a difference by being safe, small, same, plain, unremarkable, proper. We make a difference by being different. I recently saw a lighthouse image online that said, "Let your weird light shine so that all of the other weirdos know where to find you." I love that. Be weird. Weird is good. So, because of the no capitals thing and the ultimate effects that the choice to be me has had on my work, I've spent quite a lot of time thinking about this idea of authenticity. And the way that I see it, authenticity requires 3 things. 1, vulnerability. You've got to open yourself up, be raw and real in you, and take that risk of loss. Number 2 is integrity. You've got to walk the talk, walk your talk. Mean what you say and do what you mean, even when that path is a difficult one or a scary one. And the last is humility. You've got to have a modest estimate of your own importance. You aren't special. I'm not special. We're all just who we are. Because authenticity at the core is the act of being real. We're hardwired to notice when people are not being real. When authenticity is in fact just that buzzword instead of the way that you truly live your life. And I'm sure we can all imagine someone we know who's played the authenticity card, yet it's come across as false in some way. And that's because true authenticity is humble. It's not a flag that we wave, it's just who you are. And true authenticity is without agenda or expectation. We do it because the alternative is soul destroying. Not because we're hoping for some sort of outcome, attention, recognition, or connection in some way. Authenticity is not saying, "Here I am, this is me, I'm being me, this is what I believe, this is what I think, and I don't care if you don't like it. I'm so busy being me and convincing everyone of my meanness that you can't touch me. Aren't I awesome?" I think we all know people like that. But I feel like those people are missing the point. Authenticity is not about convincing and insistence, attention and aggression. It's about vulnerability, humility, and integrity. It's simply just saying, this is me. It is looking at the places in our life where we could be a little more true to ourselves, where we could stop dimming or hiding our light so as not to rock the boat, where we could do things not because we should, but because they serve who we are. It's in all of the little things, the little steps we take, the times we show our true colors instead of hiding them away. It's simply, quietly, choosing to be you, choosing to be real at any given moment in everyday life, without fanfare. It's clearing away that fear or worry or obligation or risk or lack of permission so that you can show up and be the highest, brightest version of yourself. What is one little thing you could do today to live a more authentic life? Share something you've been hiding inside. Give yourself permission to be more you in some way that you haven't yet. Try to come from a place of integrity and humility, and catch yourself when you don't. Be vulnerable. I bet you find the most amazing things happen when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, just as I did. Break the rules. Be weird. Be different. Find your own version of your no capitals. Because what makes you different is what allows you to make a difference.